Before today's video, I wanted to make an announcement. I am going to be raising money for my local children's hospital through Extra Life. This is my 7th year participating in this great cause. I've seen people that I love fight cancer, and no child should have to go through that. I'm going to leave a link in the comments pinned down below, guys. Every dollar helps kids get the care and treatment and comfort that they deserve through the hardest time of their life. So please consider donating and make a difference today. Thank you, guys. Xbox just killed their own console and nobody's talking about it. You know what's crazy? Xbox. Xbox doesn't even pretend to care about consoles anymore, guys. They're not even hiding it. We just got the latest Microsoft financial report, and it basically confirms what we've been saying for months, guys. Xbox hardware is dying, and Microsoft is totally fine watching it burn. Let's break this down because it's not just bad news for Xbox fans. All right, bucko. It's bad news for the entire gaming industry. So first off, yes, technically Xbox has a positive quarter. Content and services were up 1%. Oh, you can't make this up, guys. 1%. 1%. One little measly percent. And that's there. Oh, we're positive. And then you got people at Microsoft that are demanding a 30% revenue increase. So yeah, 1% ain't cutting it. You still got 29 other percents to get. But that one tiny bump came from one thing, guys. Game Pass. So no surprise there. Game Pass is literally carrying Xbox on its back like a dying horse. And how wild is it that Microsoft knows it? That's the wild thing about it. But here's where things start to fall apart, guys. But before I continue, if you're not subscribed to the channel, hit that subscription button, guys. We're on the road to 100K. Let's look at it. This is an interesting case when it comes to Game Pass because if you look at hardware sales, it's a disaster, guys. They're down 30% year over year. And we talked about this in a previous video about how Game Pass is just a disaster because it's causing people not to buy games. Nobody's buying Xbox consoles, guys. Not last year, not this year, definitely not after 2 price hikes. Look how expensive the Series X and S are now. Think about that. Instead of making the console more appealing, Xbox made it more expensive, which does the complete opposite. Nobody's going to buy a 5-year-old console that's been marked up twice. That's like watching your house catch fire and deciding to throw gas on it because it's strategic. Yeah, I get it. They'll say, oh, well, we're focusing on services at this point, like Game Pass, not hardware. And yeah, because hardware means more competition. It means effort. It means actually making people want to buy your system. It means that Xbox has to do its job. It has to actually make games that people want to buy their console for. But no, Xbox stopped caring about that fight, guys. Officially, at this point. Let's look at really what's really happening here, guys, because it's a mess. So the CEO, Satya Nadella, right? I'm probably butchering his crap. And then the CFO, Amy Hood, don't see Xbox as a console business anymore. They see it as a platform. They want everything to be Xbox, your PC, your phone, your smart fridge, your toilet probably, whatever can run Game Pass, right? Whatever can run Game Pass, that's their new ecosystem. They're not worried about specific Xbox consoles. And sure, that sounds cool in theory, but if everything is an Xbox, then nothing's an Xbox. You have no incentive to go and pay $500 plus for a console. Because honestly, what's the incentive to buy actual Xbox hardware when they're telling you you don't need it? That's literally what they're saying. You don't need to buy an Xbox to play Xbox. It makes no sense. Even their next-gen hybrid system that has been rumored, we haven't even made a video about it, but it's rumored for 2026. It sounds more like a Steam Deck clone with an Xbox sticker on it. You'll have Steam pre-installed, maybe some Microsoft fluff here or there, but let's be real, that's a PC with a controller attached to it. So ask yourself, why even make it? And it's rumored to be $1,200. It's rumored to be $1,200. Why even make it at this point, guys? Here's the truth. They're using it as an exit strategy. Okay? That new hybrid console is not the future of Xbox. It's the end of it as we know it. Yes, it's the end of Xbox as we know it, guys, because when it flops, and it will, because it's overpriced and it's over engineered, Microsoft finally gets the excuse that they've been waiting for, which is, see, the console market doesn't make sense for us anymore. And boom, they pull the plug on it. You don't believe me? Let's watch. Let's see what happens. No more Xbox consoles, just Game Pass subscriptions for everybody. And that's been the plan all along, guys. You can see it in their marketing too, or well, should I say the lack of their marketing. Go look at this year's Walmart or Amazon holiday flyers, guys. There's barely any Xbox promotions. There's no ads. There's no push. There's no hype. It's next to nothing. They do not care if people buy an Xbox. They just want people in Xbox. And that's a huge difference. It's so confusing. It's so weird because if you're not trying to sell your own hardware, you're not competing, guys. You're literally retreating at this point. Meanwhile, Sony, they're gearing up for another PS5 push. Nintendo, they're prepping the Switch 2 like it's the second coming of Christ. You don't think that any of these things are getting ready for a big holiday season? Meanwhile, Xbox, they're raising prices and calling it growth while they're twiddling their thumbs and sitting on their ass. And look, I don't hate Game Pass. It's a great service. But raising the price again when hardware sales are tanking, that's a death sentence for casual users. Flat out. You'll get a short-term revenue bump, sure. But in the long term, people are going to cancel. They're already canceling in mass numbers. They're going to downgrade. They're going to move on. They're going to go to PlayStation or Nintendo. Even Microsoft admits that they expect Xbox revenue to decline next quarter, guys. They literally told investors that. So what's the plan here, guys? Because it sure as hell isn't sell more consoles. It sure as hell is not sell more consoles. If anything, it feels like they're deliberately running the brand into the ground so that they could pivot to PC and cloud without backlash. That's what it feels like. They're purposely running it. And here's where it gets dark, guys, because this is not just about Xbox anymore. This is about the end of ownership in gaming. We've been talking about that for quite some time. If Xbox ditches consoles entirely, Game Pass becomes the default for them. That means no more physical games, no more collections, no secondhand market. You don't own your games. You'll own nothing and be happy with it, and you just rent them from Microsoft's cloud until they decide you can't do it anymore, until they decide to pull the plug on the servers, until they delist these games. That's not a future that I want to see, and I'm sure it's not a future all you guys want to see. Let me know in the comments how you feel about that. If you're a gamer who grew up buying discs, collecting cases, or even just modding your own hardware, guys, that's not a future you should want either. Unless you're brain rot 6, 7, or whatever they have now. But yeah, this financial report, if you're looking at it, it might sound boring on paper, but buried inside of it is a smoking gun. And the smoking gun is the proof that Xbox has stopped fighting for your attention as a console gamer. A happy console gamer, I should say. They're not competing. They're literally consolidating here, guys. They want to turn gaming into a subscription that you forget you're paying for. Something that's an afterthought, some passive income. They want money for nothing, guys. And once they get you in their system, it's over here. So I'll ask the question that no one at Microsoft wants to answer, guys. If Xbox doesn't care about selling consoles anymore, why are they still pretending to make them? Can somebody answer that? If you want to be a publisher, be a publisher. If you want to be a service, be a service. But stop pretending that you're still in the console war when you're clearly walking off the battlefield. It makes no sense. Anyways, guys, let me know what you guys think. Do you believe Xbox is done making consoles, or do you think this new hybrid console is the nail in the coffin? Drop your thoughts below. I want to know if anyone still believes Xbox can turn things around and recover from this. And as always, if you found this video interesting or you liked it, hit that like or that dislike, and make sure you subscribe. I'll see you on the next video, guys. Peace out.